Thank you, Madam Deputy. I'd like to thank the Honourable Member for bringing Gould, for bringing the debate to the House today, and all the contributions from all the Honourable Members and Honourable Friends we've heard so far today. As we've heard, the theme for this year's Holocaust Memorial Day is the power of words, and it's important to remember the context which Nazism arose after the Treaty of Versailles, the 1929 crash, where a murderous regime was able to take hold of Germany in the terrible economic conditions and then drive that ideology through Europe and try to undertake the genocide of my people, the Jewish people. Last autumn I met Martin Keppel, who lives in Headingley in my constituency, at a Woodcraft Folk event, talking to boys and girls the same age as him when he was expelled from Germany by the Nazis. My own boys, who were also Woodcraft Folkers, were the age he was when he was taken from his family. This realisation hit me hard, see my own boys with Martin, having to think of Martin enduring the grim reality of the loss of his family.
Give way.
I will.
Thank you. Well, my own friends agree with me that it's important that Holocaust survivors like Solly Irving are remembered and their stories live on after those Holocaust survivors have passed, so we don't repeat the mistakes that have been made and create a better world for everyone.
That is one of the most important lessons of Holocaust Memorial Day and our memories of the Holocaust. Many people's only real insight into what the camps or the ghetto was like is through film. And I've watched many of these films, including Jacob the Liar, Schindler's List, Sophie's Choice, but the most poignant one for me is Life is Beautiful, directed by the Italian comedian Robert Benigni. The first half of the film is a romantic comedy about how Benigni's character, a Jewish bookkeeper, falls in love and marries an Italian woman in the 1930s. They have a son, and Benigni and his son get sent to a concentration camp. To protect his son, he pretends the camp is a game and the prize is winning a tank. I'm not sure my own children are quite ready to watch this film, but this is a film I introduced to them what the Holocaust, the horror of the Holocaust means, because it's the most human and poignant telling of the Holocaust I've seen. The Holocaust has deeply affected my own family. My parents were born in 1946, and I remember, as a young child, sitting in my aunt's kitchen in Tel Aviv, seeing the numbers tattooed on her arm, and asking my father why. She was in the camps. She didn't have her own children or grandchildren. I had no aunts and uncles or cousins to play with because the Nazis experimented on her and she could not have children. This hollow shell cast a dark spectre over my family. All the relatives that I never met, that never survived, the children they never had. This is my own living memory of what happened. And I use this to seared into me when making my own judgments politically, when genocide comes now to the Rohingya, to the Yazidi, to around the world, making my own decisions on that, but not just that, but when thinking about decisions more locally. We sit in a place of tolerance and pluralism, and we call those on the other side honourable members, and they are our opponents, not our enemies. And we should be very grateful for the democracy that we have and how this place operates. We need that same political culture everywhere, in our own parties, on the streets, in our schools, in our workplaces. And every day I try to work with that memory, the memory of my own family, and the dark spectre that the Holocaust shed over us, to take that into all of my experiences, into all of the dealings I have with people, and try to be tolerant towards them. But at the same time, when intolerance comes and they have a message of hate, to face that down and to stand up to it and to say, I do not accept what you have to say and you are wrong. And first to try to educate, but then to use the power of the state, the power that we have, to ensure that those people do not come forward. We sit underneath the plaque of Jo Cox, remember that she was struck down by these same people on the far right. And it's our duty here in this place and everybody in this country to stand up for tolerance, pluralism, but to act against intolerance and extremism. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.